Hello, lovely humans. Welcome back to the vlog. I have not been making time to read these past few days. There's just been like a lot of life happening, so I'm really looking forward to picking back up my current read. If you watched last vlog, I really haven't made much progress. I'm still reading Hemlock Silver by Kingfisher. It's a reimagining of Snow White, and it follows Anya, who has really devoted her life to studying different poisons and different cures. She's summoned by the king because his daughter Snow is sick, and there's not a single physician who has been able to determine the cause of her illness. So now Anya is really their only hope. I'm really enjoying the scientific and detective work that Anya's doing in this book. The fantasy element in this didn't come in until page 150. And honestly, it is a bit creepy. And I do suspect that there is something sinister afoot. So I am really curious to see which direction it goes. My only plans today are to get cozy, drink some tea, and hopefully get a decent chunk of this book read. Also, tomorrow I have a ticket to go see Veronica Roth. She's on her book tour for To Clutch a Razor. And I have been really looking forward to this event because I absolutely adored When Among Crows. And it's especially special because I don't like urban fantasy. So I was really looking forward to this. But I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning in St. Louis, and the event isn't until 7 p.m. And I don't know if I want to drive to the city twice in one day. I'm leaning towards not going, which does obviously really suck. But maybe if I call them, I can arrange to pick up my copy of the book early, after my doctor's appointment. And that'll still be fun because I've never been to this bookstore before, and it'll be a little bookish adventure as a treat for going to my doctor's appointment. As you saw, I did go to Left Bank Books to pick up my copy of To Clutch a Razor. The bookstore was really cute, and they seem to have a wide selection of books, so I think I'll definitely be adding it to my indie bookstore rotation. I have no idea when I will be getting to this book. I'm the type of reader who, when a new book in a series comes out, I have to reread the series to feel completely immersed and I'm getting the proper experience that I should be getting. And I think with this, this makes 7 series on my shelves that I need to catch up on to be able to read the newest release. So yeah, I don't know when I'll be getting to this. On my way home yesterday, I did stop by Books A Million fully with the intention just to browse and soak up the vibes. But I did come across this beautiful edition of Howl's Moving Castle. The movie is one of my all-time favorite comfort watches. I have heard that the book is very different, but I'm still really excited to add this to my TBR shelf. Okay, so last night I did finish Hemlock Silver. I thought it was good. I gave it 3.5 stars. The vibe was very much a dark, cozy mystery with a dash of horror. There is an element of body horror in this book, which I typically tend to but this this went in a direction that I really did not enjoy. Honestly, I actually hated visualizing this imagery in my brain. Something unique about this, while I don't personally love this setting, it does take place in a desert, and maybe it's just me and the books that I tend to pick up for myself. But I don't come across like desert fantasy all that often. Although, if you are looking for a desert fantasy, Faisal, the We Hunt the Flame duology is amazing. I love those books so much. Okay, on to the next book that I'm starting. This was recommended to me by my friend. Apparently it's really popular. I haven't really like heard anything about it. But it took like 3 or 4 months for my library hold to get in. So like obviously it's in high demand. This is A Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. The gods sent monsters to the 5 kingdoms to remind mortals they must kneel. I've spent my life kneeling, to their will and my father's. As a princess, my only duty is to wear the crown and obey the king. I was never meant to rule, never meant to fight. And I was never supposed to be the daughter who sealed an ancient treaty with her own blood. But that changed the fateful day I stepped into my father's throne room. The day a legendary monster hunter sailed to our shores. The day a prince ruined my life. Now I'm crossing treacherous lands, beside a warrior who despises me as much as I despise him. Bound to a future I didn't choose and a husband I barely know. Everyone wants me to be something I'm not. A queen, a spy, a sacrifice. But what if I refused the role chosen for me? What if I made my own rules? What if there's power in being underestimated? And what if, for the first time, I reached for it? Doesn't that sound so good? I'm really excited to start this, and hopefully I can get enough read to be able to give y'all an update before this vlog ends. Okay, so I have made it about halfway through A Shield of Sparrows. I think that's like 250 pages, and so far I'm having like a really good time reading this. This takes place in a world where the gods have created and sent these like hordes of monsters to basically ensure that like humans know their place. We follow Princess Odessa, whose life is just completely uprooted when her sister's betrothed chooses to marry her instead. And Odessa was not the daughter who was raised to be queen, let alone to be a spy for her father. But here she is, not having a choice in the matter. This is a pretty long book, which did make me nervous at the very beginning, because just in my experience, these longer romantasy books tend to have a lot of scenes that achieve a very similar thing. And so a lot of times in these thick books, the middle can feel really redundant and it really drags. But with Shield of Sparrows, the pacing of the plot has not faltered once. I've yet to be bored or like I haven't felt like I've needed to push through certain sections of this book. Like it's just paced so nicely and like it's a pretty fast-paced book. It's been fun to learn about and explore this kingdom with Odessa. She really didn't have like a lot of information to go off in the beginning, and it's even more difficult now because her husband and his entourage are keeping her in the dark about a lot of things. So she's having to like compile scraps of information that like someone just happens to like casually accidentally reveal to her. There are a few mysteries that I'm quite eager to be unveiled. I hope we figure them out in this book. I have one like really big theory that I kind of formed in the first few chapters. And if that's what's happening, if my theory is correct, I'm just gonna love it so much. I am for sure gonna be finishing this book this weekend. So in my next vlog, I'll have my full review and thoughts for you. If you're still watching this, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you in the next vlog.